Hi everyone, my name is Kristen and welcome back to my channel, UXUI Advocate. Today is a really special day, a really important day because today is the final day of my UX Bootcamp / certificate program. So I'm going to go through my final portfolio project that I've been sending out to different individuals, different companies, to get insight on, to hopefully get a job from. And then I'm just going to kind of round out my overall experience of the UX Bootcamp and kind of where I'm sitting right now when it comes to my career and job and things like that. So welcome to the very end, well actually the very beginning of this UX journeys. It's been really interesting so far. So let's get into the video. So first off, disclaimer. Today is actually February 13th, so I finished my bootcamp on February 8th, so I think it's actually been a full week since I officially ended. Like my last class was the presentation day, that was February 8th. As you probably know, a lot of my videos, I just take a while to actually film them, film them, and edit them, and then upload them. So I'm only a week behind, which is doing pretty good. Usually I'm like a month behind, but that's also why the last kind of 3 videos I'm wearing exactly the same stuff because I'm filming them within like a 2 to 3 hour range. But with all that being said, I am so grateful and excited and just happy, happy that I can say that I finished a 6-month program. I was looking over at some of my, one of my original videos back in July-August 2022, right before I even started this program, and I talked about burnout, and I talked about how I was just tired of doing social work and I didn't want to do it, and the fact that I wanted to change. I wanted to do something different, and the last 6 months have been an adventure. And I wanted to kind of get into that when I go into like my LinkedIn profile and my portfolio, and kind of show anyone who's actually looking at this video, show what I've done so far. So first and foremost, when I originally started this program, I didn't know the difference between UXUI. I thought they were exactly the same thing. And so before I started anything, it was important for me to understand what it was, what the difference was, and the program gave me a good foundation for just like that general knowledge base. And through the last 6 months, I've kind of determined that I want to specifically specialize in UX research, so UXR. I've kind of associated myself with UXR in particular over the more like user interface stuff. One, because I feel like I have a lot of imposter syndrome associated with designing beautifully presented visuals, but UX research also it kind of aligns with my background in social work and public health and being a research assistant when I did that many moons ago back at UNT during my undergrad. So I kind of centered around UX research. I've been digging deeper into like figuring out how I kind of can fit or use some transferable skills from my previous experience moving forward. I've been trying to apply to jobs and reach out to recruiters, and I can't even tell you how many jobs I've applied to over the last couple months, but nothing yet. But I will say, I think now that I'm at the very end of this research, or the very end of this UX certificate program, I have a better idea of where I want to go from here. So it all kind of centers around UX research. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do let's see here, there I am. Should do this one. I'm going to do a shameless plug here and plug in my LinkedIn portfolio or my LinkedIn profile. If you are not following or not connected with me on LinkedIn, I would love to connect. I think I'll just put it in the little description down below. But I am slowly but surely growing my LinkedIn connections. I'm trying to get like quality connections, trying to get my connections up to that 500, 600 range, just building my network. I know that was something that was emphasized throughout the last 6 months of my program, and that wasn't really something emphasized in social work or public health, really. And so I've been working my butt off trying to like cultivate a network that I'm learning from, that I'm growing from, that we're building together. So yes, if we are not connected on LinkedIn, you can definitely connect with me. But I kind of just wanted to show my portfolio so far, kind of what I'm working on, the fact that I've been meeting with a career coach that was like an aspect of this the UX program that I really liked, is that I was paired up with a career coach, and she's been super helpful with getting me to kind of curate my LinkedIn portfolio, adding elements, adding hashtags, being able to attach my portfolio where it needs to be, doing different like posts and kind of engaging with other individuals within LinkedIn, building up my posts, building up just general engagement. And then also making sure that my experience section and like my about section, all of those different sections have like key elements that are important when recruiters are looking at my LinkedIn profile. So with that in mind, I am going to share my portfolio. So a couple videos back, I shared my portfolio. I think it was week 16, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought it was like hot stuff. I thought I was amazing. I thought I was doing great. And I look back on that video and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I put that on the internet. So I probably will look back on this portfolio and think similar things, but it's also awesome to be able to see where I started and where I'm kind of going. So like I said, I'm going to open up my portfolio here, and this is me. If I can move my little, there and I am. So this is my portfolio so far. This is what I'm kind of working on. I fell in love with Wix. I loved just the customizable features that were provided in like their free version. I don't pay for a domain yet. I haven't purchased a domain yet, but I loved just how easy it was. It was super easy to kind of use. So I stuck with Wix. And their customer service has been awesome too. So I have my Wix site here. I knew that I wanted to have like a minimalistic landing page or homepage. I knew that I wanted GIFs of different products and different things projects that I've been working on. And you'll see here, I have some things that are kind of missing, kind of blank, because I still have some work to do when it comes to adding projects that I've done. Like I haven't added the final project that I did with my group, but that will be probably higher up since it's a finished project. These 3 projects have not been completed yet. They're still ongoing, so that's something I need to work on. But really, I just wanted to kind of display a little bit about me. I wanted to personalize, I wanted to talk about my journey. I wanted to personalize my portfolio, explain who I am, why I'm here, why you're even paying attention to me. Of course, link all of my socials and go into detail about different projects that I've done. So like, for example, we have Triplicity here, the travel app that I did. And I thought it was important to kind of outline different features associated with this case study. Of course, add a YouTube video in, and then go through just the process that I took from start to finish of the design process. And then I think on my portfolio, I only have 2 full like start to finish case studies, and everything else is just either a concept so far or projects that they're ongoing projects, so I haven't quite finished them yet. But like I said, I wanted to make sure that when I kind of have full end-to-end projects, then they have a space on my portfolio to share. I have a link that'll take you directly to a PDF copy of my resume here. I probably need to update that to make that newer. And then finally, traditionally, you'll see like an about section or about page on a person's portfolio that talks about like why they're doing this, kind of a little bit more personalized background on them. I wanted to change that a little bit and kind of explain the purpose of why someone would want to even listen to me talk in the first place. So I knew that I wanted to incorporate design thinking into some aspect of my portfolio. So you have like the design process, talking about empathy, iteration, ideation, and prototyping and testing, and all of those different phases. But then you have design thinking, which is really similar. And I've seen them used interchangeably, but I've also been told that they are different, and so they should be distinguished differently. But I wanted to use design thinking when it comes to like discovering, defining, developing, and then finally delivering a product in relation to me and the things that I've done and the things that I've learned, because I am coming from a field with my master's degrees are not HCI, or they're not human computer interaction or design related at all. And so I wanted to be able to kind of integrate my kind of unconventional background into design thinking to kind of display who I am as a person and why someone would want to potentially hire me. So like I said, I went through the design thinking processes to kind of highlight the interaction between public health, social work, and UX, going into detail about the different factors and how a lot of them are overlapping with one another. And then finally, a little bit more about me and how I love hiking and reading and puzzling and things like that. And of course, ways to contact me if necessary. But yeah, that is my updated portfolio. I am still working on it. I think that there's always things that I want to change about it. I look at it and I can't tell you how many times I have redid it and iterated on it and completely like threw it away and started over again. I originally started on my first portfolio back in October, and then I decided I didn't like it. I would say maybe around mid-December. And so I started on this secondary portfolio. I just completely scrapped the first one and started a whole new website on Wix. And I started this one like I'd say mid-December, and I feel like I'm in a more comfortable place mid-February now, so about 2 months later, with how my first two like end-to-end case studies are when it comes to the graphics and how I kind of outlined different phases of the design process. I like how I've displayed it so far. But I also know that I'm probably going to look at this again and in a couple weeks, and I'm going to be like, this all needs to change. So it's definitely an iterative process, it's been different and challenging, but also really humbling, because social work and public health are a little different in that regard. But this is my portfolio. If anyone has any like constructive criticism when it comes to how my portfolio is looking, I am more than willing to listen and take critiques. I'm always asking for how to better my portfolio, better like the visibility of my portfolio. I know that I'm getting a lot more traffic coming from LinkedIn to looking at my portfolio and having more people kind of ask me questions and give that constructive criticism or constructive feedback that I really need. But if anyone on YouTube has some constructive criticism, I am more than happy to kind of listen to it, digest it, and make iterations to my portfolio as well, if you have that. So that is my portfolio. Let me move back here for a second. I'm probably at that like 15-minute mark now with this video, but I really just want to say that I feel different. Like I feel the same, but I also feel different now that I'm at the very end of the certificate program, and I am on this journey to completely kind of like pivot into a different career. I have been, like I said, I've been applying to a lot of different jobs relating to UX research, but also like research coordination and research analytics, and really just trying to talk to as many people as I can, trying to get my foot in the door in any position as possible really just because I want to learn more than I have already learned from my boot camp. I feel like my boot camp has given me like a solid foundation, but just like with any educational program, my master's programs or undergrad, there's only so much you can learn when you're in like a vacuum academic setting. And I'm so excited to kind of branch out and get a job in UX research and like get hands-on experience from like projects and working with different team members from different experiences, different backgrounds. I'm so excited to get started. Fingers crossed, I am able to actually get a job in UX research within the next couple months. I've been putting good vibes out there for myself, but with that in mind, I think that's all I really wanted to show, mainly my portfolio and kind of where I'm sitting right now, job-wise. I was recently offered an opportunity to go back to social work, medical social work, to work for a university. This would be the third university that I'm working for as a social worker, which would be really interesting. And I'm still on the fence whether or not I want to take that opportunity, but I am also really, really excited to kind of see where my future goes when it comes to UX and UX research and just kind of like the accessibility UX realm. So I think with that, I am going to end this video here. I have to say that I'm really, really proud of myself. I think on my first video, I filmed it and then I cried because I was so like downtrodden by the place that I was in. I was in a job that I hated, with a burning passion, and not because of the clients. I loved my clients, and I missed working and having that client interaction. That's also one of the reasons why I really want to get into UX research, is the client, the one-on-one or like focus group interaction that I used to get from having clients on a regular basis. I miss that aspect of working, and I miss that aspect of my career in social work. And so I'm hoping that I can kind of seek that out through UX research. But yeah, the burnout was real. Having to figure out how to support a teenager who is on suicidal risk and who was suicidal, and working with families that had a history of drug abuse and substance use and domestic violence and child abuse and all of the things that many people have to deal with on a daily basis. It became really tiresome to kind of be that person to help when you feel like there aren't any institutions or mechanisms in place to help that family. So I will say I definitely did cry after filming that video. I'm surprised I even got through it, finishing everything. But I think overall, I feel like I'm in a really good place mentally, maybe not physically, I need exercise, but definitely mentally. I'm just excited to kind of see where this all goes. And I mean, if I don't know, we'll see. But I also know that it's important for me to stay positive. So I'm going to maintain that. And like I said, put out good vibes for myself and for my classmates. I'm writing recommendations for my classmates. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you, like all of my other videos. Thank you so much for anyone and everyone out there who has sat through the last 24 weeks of my UX certificate, UX bootcamp journey. I'm going to cry myself. I have seen a lot and witnessed a lot and cried a lot too. I think if I said I did not cry throughout any part of this process, that would be a big lie. But I'm excited to see where this is going. I think this is going to be good. But anyways, thank you so much for spending your time and energy into watching my videos, into liking my videos and commenting and giving me words of encouragement. Shout out to my family downstairs, because they have been my usability testers for a lot of different projects that I've been working on over the last 6 months. And they have been troopers getting me through this, bringing me snacks and stuff. But I will say that with that in mind, I appreciate spending the time listening to me, and I think I'm going to sign off there. Thank you so much. My name is Kristen. This is UXUI Advocate. I will probably continue to do more videos as I kind of get updates on how I move along career-wise. I really didn't think that I would be able to make it this far when it came to actually producing videos on YouTube or putting videos up on YouTube. So I didn't even really think about how I wanted to end this, but I also know that the journey has just begun. So this is going to be good. I'm excited to see where this goes. But anyways, that is all for this video. I know it's super, super long. I'm going to have to edit so much. I thank you so much for the energy and the positive vibes that everybody has given me over the last 6 months. And with that, I will send you guys off. Thanks, y'all. Bye.